Welcome to NBA Top Shot Weekly. I am Alex Kennedy, joined as always by Oliver Maroney. Oliver, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
What is going on, man? How is everything going?
It's been good. I can't complain. I am, kind of frustrated today. I lost the bet. If anyone watched last week, we were broadcasting right before my Buccaneers played against the Dallas Cowboys, and while my Bucks won the game, and I am still repping the Bucks with the hat here, they did not cover the spread, so I had to wear a Dallas Cowboys shirt. Now, I don't own a Dallas Cowboys shirt, so I had to go out and buy this just for today's show. The other part of the bet was that Oliver gets my Top Shot pack today. So
you offered that out. I mean,
I did. I wanted to
I
raise the stakes. I want to make it interesting. So got to wear the shirt. And then at the end of the episode, we have a few packs to open, one to give away to one of the viewers who drops their Top Shot username in the chat. And then 2 packs for Oliver, your usual pack, and then my pack that I'll be sending to you in 7 days. So it's going to be a good day for you. You got 6 moments coming in.
Let's go. I'm hyped. Go on, Cowboys. Come on.
Yeah. Dak looked amazing, man. That's what I wasn't expecting. Like I thought with, their offensive line banged up and Dak having the shoulder issue and its first game back from last year's injury, I was like, oh, he's not going to be able to play well. And he looked amazing out there. So I definitely didn't give him enough credit. I'm glad my Bucks got the win, but I see people dropping their Top Shot username in the chat. Keep doing that, and we'll pick someone here in a bit to go ahead and give the pack to. That was at least it was a good game. It was a great way to kick off the season, and we got more. I'm actually going to the Bucks game tomorrow, which I'm very excited about.
Oh,
yes, Falcons, Bucks, Falcons.
Wow.
We should hopefully we got a 2-0 start, barring something crazy. Yeah. But that'll be fun. But yeah, we also have some big news in the Top Shot world. We had trade tickets introduced. Now, I think a few months back, we had a conversation about trade tickets whenever it was first announced, the idea of them. Now that they're actually here, I want to kind of talk about them a little bit more. We know that, basically you can trade in any kind of moments you don't want and you get a trade ticket. All of the moments that you trade in are worth 1 trade ticket, whether it's a rare moment, a common moment, a legendary moment. You were telling me apparently someone's already traded in a legendary moment, which is pretty crazy. And then some of those moments are going to be available in the locker packs is what they're called. So if you trade in a moment, then you can open a locker pack and get moments from other people that have been traded in. And then down the road, you can also have access to exclusive drops and Series 1 packs. They said you would need 300 to 500 trade tickets to access those drops. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on this idea, Oliver, now that we have some more details and it's actually here?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and share my screen really quick, I've got this Top Shot thing open here of just like how it works. Essentially, you can trade in any moment from the collection in exchange for a single trade ticket. So this could be common, fandom, rare, legendary, all worth 1. So, I mean, if you're smart, you're probably trading in like the low tier S2 moments, or I personally think I'm going to hold off until S3 when, apparently the mint count or the count in general on these moments will be much, much higher. And so at that point, they should be worth less. And those will be your go-to if you do want to utilize these trade-in tickets. Now, I think it's an interesting idea. I'm not completely sold on what they have going right at this moment. Essentially, you trade in like an S2 common moment, and you can trade it. I think it's 4 trade tickets is what you need for one of these locker packs. Yeah. So if you trade in the 4, you get a locker pack, but it's just basically recycled moments, right? There isn't really much, you're not, unlike what we initially had assumed, and this is a stress test, so I think it's a little bit different right now. So keep in mind, I'm just talking about the stress test portion of this, which is, hey, you trade in your 4 common moments and you get 4 common moments back, essentially. So it's kind of a wash. It is cool though, because you do get the pack opening experience, it sounds like, and you get those moments dropped to you, and it's kind of like a unique new way of doing things. You can kind of, if you don't like certain moments, you can always toss them away and go ahead and enter the trade tickets and see what you get. But I think further down the line, when you're talking about like the 300 to 500 for the S1 moments, or the S1 packs, those are very valuable packs. And so
you can get LeBron's first moment.
Yep. And so I think that will be very enticing to a lot of people. However, I don't know if they've truly guaranteed that everybody who has 300 to 500 will be able to get an S1 pack. I'm assuming it will be some sort of drop thing, kind of like they've done. So you may go all in for these trade tickets and then end up with nothing. I don't want to like scare people away from doing it. I just think, it says here, until this feature is built, we're holding off on phase 3, which will be the first release of our series 1 reserve packs. More below. So this is phase 1. Phase 1 trade ticket stress test on Tuesday. They're going to have a trade ticket. You'll be able to 3 tickets in exchange for packs containing 3 series 2 base set moments. So, yeah, I mean, this will be very interesting to see how this goes. I look, the cool thing is at some point, we're going to see the mint counts on a lot of these moments go down. Because people are trading them in, when you trade in your S2s for a series 1 pack, those 300 moments are gone. Poof, gone. Like, I don't think they will exist ever again. You know what I mean? So in some ways it is actually propping up the value of some of these potentially down the line.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. If they give all of them away in the locker packs, then someone else is still going to own it technically. But how many of these will reduce the number of moments out there? Some of them, like you said, if they just go away, then that makes certain moments that, like, if everyone decides to trade in the same moment and they get rid of half of them, then suddenly that moment now there's less of them out there, so it could become more valuable. So that's kind of interesting. Also, I want to hear from our viewers. If you guys have thoughts on the trade tickets, we'll go ahead and throw them here on the screen. So yeah, no worries there. So yeah, I know Rich Buddy said he has mixed feelings. Said that he doesn't have any bad moments to trade in. Is this for people who made mistakes collecting? I think before it's more for people that maybe didn't want to sell off moments, but they don't really care about the moments that they have. Like, there's been times where I have moments that I'm like, oh, do I really want to sell this away for a couple of bucks? No, I'll just hold it, but I don't, love the moment. So if you'd rather have that trade ticket, and especially too, like, once we hear these series 1 packs are going to be available, I'm sure some collectors are going to be looking at their moments saying, oh, I could part with that if it gets me a series 1 moment. Like, it just, it's kind of you have to analyze if it makes sense, and if the risk outraised, or if the reward is better than just holding on to the moment. Other people are saying they like it. I'm curious to keep hearing your guys' thoughts. I think it's interesting, and I think one thing that was kind of buried in the initial message, it talked about how they want to continue to make packs more and more available. They said that when packs are being sold, they know that it makes the marketplace very active. So we've kind of talked about that strategy in the past too, where early on in Top Shot, it almost felt like sneaker drops, where it was very exclusive and everyone's jumping in and trying to get packs, and a lot of people are missing out, and some people were frustrated. Now we know they've kind of transitioned to making packs more and more available. Some people like that because they have a better shot at getting some of these packs. Other people feel like, it's kind of gotten rid of that sneaker exclusivity drop type culture. But it sounds like that's the direction they're going to continue going in, and continue to make packs more and more available, because they think whenever a pack drop happens, the marketplace tends to do well. So that's kind of their strategy.
I agree with them there. I can't really complain with that. I also think that this also eliminates 2 potential issues here. It eliminates the issue of not having packs readily available, and it also eliminates the issue of people having moments that they feel are worthless, right? Because, I mean, while you could still get worthless moments in return for these trade tickets, I do feel like you're giving people an opportunity to not sell those moments for cheap or undercut people. You're giving people a moment to trade those in. So I think that this is like a real cool addition in that aspect, and I do think that will lead to marketplace activity bumping up in price over time. And they even specify here, this is a big portion of this, and I want to make sure people knew about this. Series 3 base set moments will be minted to notably larger edition sizes than anything we've seen before on Top Shot, and will only be worth 2 collector score points. So if I'm thinking about this reasonably, Series 2 moments right now are going for somewhere between, like, at the low end $3 or $4, and at the high end, a couple $100. Well, if you want to take, the Series 2 moments right now, I think they're 12 points to your collector score, right? So that's 6 times more valuable than the Series 3 moments, which could possibly mean Series 3 moments are going to be 100K plus in mint counts. So I actually think that this could really, really increase the value of Series 2 and Series 1 moments by a lot.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And I think we'll see a lot of Series 3 Series 3 will become the new Series 2, Series 2 will become the Series 1, and Series 1 will become this like ultra expensive, rare, exclusive thing that we've already seen kind of driving that narrative forward over the past few months. So for me, I think this really helps separate each individual series. And I think this will really, really help guide people to where they should be focusing their attention or what they should be utilizing this for. And so for that reason, like I said, I'm not taking any of my S2. I took all my S2s off the market. I am keeping all my moments. I am not changing anything because to me, S2 is probably going to be very valuable in the future. And I think S1 will be even more valuable. So I think this only helps. And I do think that this creates some real separation here between what you can purchase, afford, etc. when you join Top Shot or when you're on Top Shot. So
I agree. And that's why you and I were really targeting a lot of the Series 1 moments when we were, building our own collections. And I have Brett here points out that, he likes the setup and that he thinks that making the season or the Series 1 packs tough to attain makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, the moments would tank in value. So I agree with that. It's a good point.
It's a great point. And one thing to add to that, too, there's going to be more S1 moments getting onto the marketplace. But I think you'll see people realize that they spent $500, $1,000, couple $1,000 on a Series 1 base pack, and they're not going to. Why would you sell for 25% of what you bought it for? So all these S1 moments, in my opinion, while there will be more on the marketplace, I actually think this drives the value of not only S2 but S1 as well.
That's a really good point. People are going to really appreciate those Series 1 moments even more after everything that they have to go through to get some of these packs and get their hands on them. So that's a great point. I see people dropping their names in the chat. Keep doing that. In about 10 minutes here, we're going to go ahead and give away a pack. So drop your Top Shot username. I see Brett put his in there. Anderson Pack. DJK Kramer put his in there.
Pack, spelled Pack. That's funny.
That's a great name, by the way. I see a bunch of names in there, so keep dropping them in there. We'll pick someone here in a bit. All right, so any other thoughts on this before we move on to some of our pack openings or anything Top Shot related in general about the marketplace, about, things that you've been going after? Anything else you want to add here, Oliver?
No, I think with the season approaching, I think this sets up a very unique opportunity for people to get into their favorite players before they blow up during the season. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be some players that we don't expect to be all-stars or expect to be rising stars or whatever the case may be. And I also expect that we see a price jump in some of those series that they created, not series, but oh my gosh, tiers that they created, like the Seeing Stars moments and the Rising Stars. They mentioned last year, and I don't want to cue into this too much, but they mentioned last year when people were buying Seeing Stars that these would have value long-term. And I just wonder if they're going to put a collector score bump, or if they're only going to allow people who have the Seeing Stars set to then get the Seeing Stars this year. There's so many different unique opportunities with these very interesting collections that are going on. So for me, I'm thinking about some of the undervalued things in the marketplace right now and sitting there kind of considering buying up some of those.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think it's interesting too. We've been at basketballnews.com. We've been writing different articles about players that could break out. And, one player that I focused on was Deandre Hunter. OG Anunoby, someone that's been very popular. People are predicting he's going to have a monster year with, Pascal Siakam out and Kyle Lowry leaving. We already know he's a beast defensively, but can he step up on the offensive end? I think, going after some of those players that seem like they're on the verge of breaking out and becoming a star makes a ton of sense. And then here, let's see. Brett just chimed in, said, I'm holding the complete SS set, hoping there is some kind of tie-in to this year's All-Star Game /pack. So same idea as what you're saying, Oliver. I think that makes a ton of sense. I'm also looking forward this year. I hope they do more of the in-arena stuff. We talked about, we had a whole episode about what they did at Summer League and being able to buy, the Killian Hayes moments and the RJ Hampton and Bull. That was so much fun being there, being able to buy them. I hope we see more of that this year. And really, it's a way for the NBA to encourage people to go out and buy tickets that maybe wouldn't buy tickets otherwise. Or I know they've talked about at one point, having at some point, random point in the game, having a Top Shot drop. So, someone's randomly at the free throw line in the third quarter. Do they all of a sudden put it on screen and then you can get a Top Shot moment? That's a way for the NBA to improve their ratings as well. So I'm curious to see what other tie-ins we see the NBA kind of do with Top Shot in order to, drive up ticket sales, get ratings higher? Like what are some creative ways that they can implement Top Shot? That's one thing I'm looking forward to seeing this year.
Yeah, and to your point on like the DeAndre Hunters and some of the breakout stars that you're talking about, I'm looking at the S1 rookies specifically. So there's only, I think it's like 4 or 5. There's not many. First moment, true rookie moment, Top Shot moments in general. I think Zion, Ja, RJ Barrett. There's only a few 3 Badgers out there, and RJ Barrett is like one of the only 4 Badgers, I think. So Michael Porter Jr., I think, is one. Anyways, that draft class, essentially, I think that there is going to be a very, very unique opportunity here where those moments really skyrocket this year if a Ja Morant or a Zion, do what people expect them to do, which is make all-star games and be some of the best players in the NBA. So I think that's really like something to focus on. Is there's only, I think in total in S1, I think there's only like 10,000 total Zion moments. You know what I mean? We're not talking about 10,000 Top Shot moments in S1 of Zion. It's something like that. I could be off by quite a bit there, but essentially we're talking about, his rookie moment being like to 1,000-ish. He's got a few other rookie moments in there. So very low min counts in the scheme of things, and they are his only true rookie moments. So that's like a guy to me that like screams, like if he breaks out like everybody expects him to and becomes the all-star and the player that we think, that's the next Top Shot LeBron, right? And it's his true rookie moment. So it's like very, very unique to anything else that we've seen on Top Shot. So those are moments that I think will be valuable long-term and short-term.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's pull your screen up. You can open up your pack first, and then you can open up your pack that's in my account because you won our bet. So you have 2 packs to open. I actually do have a Panini pack to open up. We had one. I still have one left, so let's open that too when you're done. And then we have the pack to give away. So keep dropping your guys' names in the chat. We'll pick someone here in a second. People are still chiming in here. I think the trade in a few hundred tickets for a Series 1 pack is $700. Maybe better just buy a Series 1 moment today.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of what you were saying, Oliver.
Not a bad point.
All right, so let's open some packs.
Let's do it. Okay.
Left to right.
Aaron Gordon.
Not bad. Nice extension for Aaron Gordon, excuse me. Got a big payday, so happy for him. He's a great fit there too as a cutter. I mean, he's a great fit alongside Jokic.
Another nugget.
Oh, there we go. Michael Porter Jr. I'm a huge fan of Michael Porter Jr. I know you are too.
Yeah, big fan of his.
I'm going to plug this, shameless plug here. I just wrote an article about Michael Porter Jr. and how his story is amazing. Overcoming 2 spinal surgeries, slipping on draft night. He was on JJ Redick's podcast. He talked about how on draft night in 2018, he was in so much pain and was sitting there for 2 hours and was just feeling awful.
Break out.
Yeah. Kevin Porter Jr. could absolutely break out this year. He's a great example of someone, it could make sense to go ahead and target his moments now. What are the serial numbers on these, Oliver?
So this one's 1771 out of 35,000. The Michael Porter Jr. 3617 out of 35,000, and then 11,800 out of 40,000 for the Aaron Gordon. So that is that's a really good pack actually. I Kevin Porter I'm very high on. I think he's gonna actually. If I go into my collection here, I think I have a nice little S1. Speaking of rookie S1 moments, why don't I take a look at a Kevin Porter Jr. rookie S1
Hey, there we go. That's awesome. Yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, it was a smaller sample size after the trade to Houston, but he just has so much talent. And in that offense, he's going to have so many opportunities to break out. That's a nice moment.
And if you look at this is interesting too. Only 123 of 4,000 are for sale. These S1 moments, like I said,
people understand they have long-term value. They're not giving them up.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I guarantee you this has a really interesting floor if you look at it as well. Yeah, see, look at this.
Yeah.
241 to 264 in like 3 buys. You just keep going and like it's at 300 and like 10 buys.
I think he's like one of the most popular picks to break out too. So it doesn't make much sense to sell it right now. People understand this guy's on the verge of something special potentially. He's going to have every opportunity to succeed in that offense or on both ends. And yeah, that there's not many available.
Absolutely.
No, I totally agree. All right, so let me go ahead and pull mine up here. One moment. Okay, this is your pack, Oliver. We're going to open up this pack really quick, then we'll give away the Top Shot pack. If you guys want to enter our Top Shot giveaway, go ahead and drop your username in the chat, and we'll pick up someone here in a moment. Let's see what Oliver got first. As always,
gotta get LaMelo.
I hope so. Watch, the one time you're going to get LaMelo is the pack that I gave away because I lost the stupid bet. Oh, there you go.
That's not a bad one.
Part of the Top Shot family, 22,988 out of 40,000. I got a chance to see Tyrese work out in Las Vegas during NBA Summer League. He wasn't playing in Summer League, but he was there showing his support, and I got a chance to watch his workout. And he's going to be a special player. I love his game. I love his work ethic. I love that he's like super into Top Shot, NFTs, crypto, all that stuff too. I think he's going to be special. I'm a big fan of his. We got a Miami Heat dunk. Jimmy Butler, 8,784 out of 35,000. What do you think of those jerseys, Oliver?
Not a fan.
Me neither.
I honestly, when I look at this, I think of the retro Pacer jerseys.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why it is. I mean, it's not pinstripes, but those colors just remind me of
Pacer jerseys. Not a bad serial number either. So
not bad at all.
We got a OKC layup. George Hill.
Interesting.
17,030 out of 35,000.
Oh, AD. That was pretty nasty.
That was. Okay.
AD just being a little lazy on defense. I see how it is.
It's so weird. Last year, his blocks dropped dramatically. I had him in fantasy basketball, and like for the first half of the season, he wasn't like blocking anything. And they were saying, come playoff time, those blocks are gonna increase, and they're having to be less aggressive. And he's tired because of the deep postseason run and all that. But that was interesting last year that he wasn't the same shot blocker we've seen in the past. Okay, one last thing to open here. I do have a Panini pack, and then we're going to do the giveaway. Again, keep dropping your username in the chat. All right, so I'm a fan of these. These have been fun to open. We've done a few of these on the show now. They're similar to Top Shot, but they're cards. Karis LeVert, Pacers.
Nice.
This one is 1,431 out of 1,799. Let's see what else.
Quick little Panini plug while we're on the Panini subject here. Anthony Edwards, rookie. Look at you now.
835 out of 1799.
That's a great one to hold. That's a great one.
Okay, go ahead.
I have one too. I have one of those too.
Oh yeah.
Panini so plug. I decided to, as people call it, ape in to some more sports cards recently, and I ended up picking up this Panini rookie patch autograph of Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's numbered to 500, by the way. So I'm super stoked about this. He has a documentary coming out next month. So I'm very
looking at it through my phone right now because I can't see since I'm sharing my screen. But that's actually really cool. I'm seeing it now. That's awesome. I had to go. I pulled the video up of our stream. That's really cool, man.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. I was yeah. Anyways, Panini
very
Gold
cool.
Standard RPA.
Nice.
Oh, Anthony Davis.
What a pack.
Nice.
Anthony Davis, 1,564 out of 1,799. So we got AD, Karis, and Anthony Edwards. That was my last Panini pack that I have. So not bad, though. Very cool. And then again, I think we've shown this before, but once you actually go into the thing, you can see the back of the card, and it's similar to a regular card. But awesome. I'll take that.
Nice.
All right. So
giveaway, right?
Yes, now the giveaway pack. Let's see what we got. Let me pull that up here. Okay. Let's see. Do we have a name, Oliver? Do you want to pick one?
Let me.
Sorry, I always put this on you. It's just tough when I'm sharing my screen to see the names. I have Anderson Packs in my mind because that was a great username. Do you want to just go with that?
Yeah, why not? Anderson Pack.
That was one I saw. Okay, let's do that. All right. Anderson Pack. Let's see what you got. I think his name's Brett. We will transfer these moments to you in 7 days, just so you're aware. 76ers layup, Ben Simmons. All eyes are on Ben Simmons right now. 18,036 out of 35,000. Not a bad moment.
Undervalued.
Weird to see him shooting. Let's see. We got a Chicago Bulls dunk. Lauri Markkanen. 6,369 out of 40,000.
That's like true poster style right there. Wow.
Yeah, that's a nice dunk.
Very unlike Lauri to do that, actually.
I'm curious how he's going to fit in Cleveland. That's such a weird move because they already have Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. So I really
in Dallas, man. I wanted Dallas just to.
It makes more sense. I just don't know, like, with money they gave him, they're not going to play him off the bench, but you also aren't going to bench. You would think you wouldn't bench Evan Mobley or Jared Allen. So I don't know. I guess you could have Markkanen potentially come off the bench alongside those guys to provide shooting and move Mobley to the 5, but still you're paying him a lot of money to come off the bench then. But
yeah, Brett says the theme of the stream was trade tickets. So if Lauri doesn't live up to the expectation, you can just throw it in the trade ticket.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, Brett, you have 3 trade tickets that we just gifted you. So we'll see.
The disrespect for Ben Simmons. No, this is not a trade ticket either. No way.
Yeah, definitely don't trade this one in. Kawhi Leonard, 2,207. Oh yeah, masked. 20.
See, I like those little nuggets that you can throw out in the Top Shot where you say, hey, he's masked, or hey, he had this.
Yeah. How many? Well, when Mark Cuban was on with us, he was saying that too. Like, he was going after those rare moments. Like, when is there ever going to be a game again where you look at the moment and there's no fans? Yep. And it was because, that's why he was going after the bubble moments. I think those things are interesting because, while we all know what the circumstances were, 7-8 years from now, younger fans are going to be like, why are there no fans in the stands? What happened? You're like, oh, well, maybe not 7-8, maybe, 10 to 15. And you're like, oh, that was the NBA bubble and da-da-da-da. Like, those are unique moments that, could definitely have long-term value.
And a good serial number, 2207. His jersey number's 2. Yeah.
I think this is the best pack that we've opened so far. This was a great pack. Congrats, Brett. Awesome. Well, we appreciate everyone hanging out with us. We will be back next week to once again give away a pack and continue to open packs. I'm excited for the season to start. I'm missing basketball so much right now. Like, we already talked all about free agency on the show and at basketballnews.com. Like, you can only look at these moves so much and like predict what's going to happen. I want actual hoops back. So
I'm excited.
Basketball.
This is the best sports season.
Best time
of year. October through like late February. Like, just roll that back over time and time again.
No, absolutely. All right. So we will transfer you those moments here in 7 days. And thanks to everyone for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week. Probably we'll talk about days of the week. We were doing on Thursdays, but then we're up against Thursday Night Football. It probably makes sense to do Friday or Saturday going forward. So we'll be back next week, probably Friday. But we appreciate everyone hanging out with us. And next week, I will not be wearing a disgusting Dallas Cowboys shirt. So tune in.
Cowboys, baby. Let's go.